welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, I am Daisy Crossing, and today we are working on our Happy Home Paradise Island, and we are designing our restaurant. So I kind of did more of a speed build type thing for this one, just because it took a good bit longer than the villager homes do. Sorry about that, that's my dog. I apologize if you're able to hear him a good bit. But I went with the large covered round tables for like the main tables. I kind of wanted to go with a fancy restaurant type feel. So, which I can always change it later, because I also thought about going with like a retro diner type thing. But for now, this is what I'm going with, kind of like a fancier restaurant type thing. So I chose these walls. I think look pretty good, and I kept going back and forth between those two floors, but I ended up choosing that last one right there. And then I made the place as big as I could make it, just because I needed all the room for, you know, I don't know. I just thought it looked better having all of the room. And I struggled a little bit with table placements, because having to add all the chairs, you know, they can't get around, you know, to all the chairs and stuff. So it ended up being too full. I liked the reception chair, but I didn't like the gold on it, and you couldn't change that. So I ended up going with the simple chair instead of the reception chair. But okay, so I ended up changing up my tables and only doing 2 of the big ones and placing 4 chairs around those, and then I added 3 of the little ones. I accidentally did 4 at first, but I only ended up doing 3, one in the top right corner, in the middle, and in the bottom left corner. And then I'm just going to add 2 chairs to those. And I think that kind of makes it better instead of how I had it, because then there's more room to walk around. It's still a little bit crowded, but I feel like that's kind of how restaurants are. And I don't know, I just think that I like it, and I wanted it to be a little bit full. I didn't want the middle to be completely empty. So I just left it like that. And then just picking out a lot of the food to go on the tables. Making the restaurant made a lot of the food unlock for Happy Home, so that was one good thing about making it. And I decided to make the restaurant before the cafe, so I still have the cafe to make. Yeah, so I'm just putting the food around on all the tables. I put food on every single one. I put 2 on the big tables and 1 on the little tables. And so then there wasn't a whole lot that I really wanted to put on the walls. I don't know. I thought that kind of looked kind of cool. I tried it out, but I also don't really like the gold on it. So I ended up taking that away. I do like the swordfish thing and the formal paper, because that kind of looks like, okay, this is a nice restaurant. You know, they got their papers up, and the clock I just put right above the door. It's not something you really can see. Sorry about my dogs again. They're playing. So I took that other thing away and put the fish above the door going into the kitchen. So then I need a reception counter, and this is the one I go with, the dark wood. I think all of the like darker stuff just kind of makes it look fancier. And then the cash register, and then I look a little bit more at some things. I decided to put a plant in the corner. I feel like that adds like just a little nice touch. And then one thing that's really cool that I found out, the clipboard can turn into a menu. So I thought that was really cool. So I put that on the reception desk with the cash register, because, you know, a lot of times they'll have like the menus up there or something, and they just give you the menus. So I thought that was really cool. Now moving on to the kitchen part. Okay. I left the floor how it is. I didn't really do anything to the floor. I thought that was fine. And for the walls, I kind of just did this plain grayish type thing. And I really like the stonework kitchen. So I ended up doing the like white with the red brick. I think that looks really good. Okay, so I added the kitchen island in the middle too, and trying to figure out what else to add. I thought maybe like having a thing of bread and like vegetables, because you know this is where they're like using it to like cook and everything. But then oh, excuse me, they have like so much stuff. I put the little frying pan on top of the stove and the like ingredients on top of the like kitchen counter thing, and then like a little bowl of food by the little pot. So I think I like that. And then I like the ironwood kitchenette, but I didn't really go. I'm looking at the outdoor kitchen, and then the ranch kitchen I actually like, and that kind of went with the kind of vibe I was going for in the kitchen. But I seen the kitchen dishwasher and I decided I like that better. So I put the kitchen dishwasher and the counter thing there, and the fridge and the freezer. It's like, dang, there's so much stuff I wanted to use, but I had to kind of contain myself. So I took the bread away and put that cookware stuff right there. I thought maybe that would kind of be better. And I put like some dishes on the counter beside the kitchen dishwasher thing, and then like a rack of towels and pots and pans, bottles, and like knives. Just putting the towels above the dishes. I thought that was like a cute little touch. And the pots and pans and knife set over by the like where the cooking thing is. And the bottles I put over the dishwasher thing, because you know it's like after you clean the bottles you put them up there. And then like a fan by the freezer and refrigerator, and a light in the kitchen. And that is how the kitchen looks. I didn't spend as much time on the kitchen as I did the dining room place, but then the hard part is picking out who to work. It was really hard to figure out who I wanted for what. But for the chef, I was in between Ike and Angus. So I ended up going with Angus. I thought, I don't know, I just thought he would be a good chef. Pudge, no, I did not want him to be working here. So I tried looking at Azalea, and it was really hard figuring out what I wanted. But I didn't want, what's his name? Ike to be a cashier. So I made Eloise the cashier, and I made Ike, like the waiter. I thought he would be better as a waiter than a cashier. But those are the employees I went with. I kept Whitney as that apprentice thing. I didn't really know where she would be working, but she ends up working in the kitchen. So, yes. And then the hard part of all of these is naming them. And I wanted it to be kind of a fancy name, but also like, you know, something that you would find on an island. So, I ended up going with Tropics Grille. I like the way that it sounds, and you know, I think it goes good with like being on an island and sounds a little bit fancy. So that's what I end up going with, and that is going to be it for this build. Let me know how you like it, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.